Welcome, I'm John Kynaston and this is episode 24 of my vlogs. Going to continue with my countdown to the Northern Traverse, and the race will be 14 weeks next Saturday, so I'm recording this on Sunday the 28th of January, so next Saturday the 3rd of Feb, the race will be 14 weeks to go. Just before I talk about my training and this week, just want to give some interesting and fun family news. We had our 5th grandchild born this week, a daughter to our daughter Laura and Josh, and a little sister to Micah. So Anna Rebecca was born on Tuesday, the 23rd of January, weighing 7 pounds 12 ounces, and she's absolutely gorgeous. So very much enjoying having a new granddaughter, and they live quite close to us, so we see quite a bit of them, so it's really great. Joe and Jono have been down from Inverness and Holly, so we've had quite a few of the family around this weekend, which has been really good fun. And my training this week has gone pretty well, been quite happy with what I've done. I've basically this is my 4th week of sort of training specifically and building up to the Northern Traverse, and the first 3 weeks I've done, this week I've done pretty well, similar on a Monday and Wednesday. I've done an off-road slower run around Pollock Park and it's gone pretty well, pretty muddy this week, but I feel as though I'm just getting stronger and stronger really. So I think Wednesday's run was probably the quickest one I've done, not that I was particularly pushing it, but I just felt quite strong all the way around, so that was really good. And then Thursday I did a road run, and it was the first time for this year, since last summer really, that I'd done a run under 8-minute mile pace, so averaging 7:55. And again, I wasn't particularly pushing it, but I just felt quite strong and comfortable, so that was really encouraging. And then yesterday we joined the West Harlem Way training weekend. We just went for the Saturday, but basically we hire out, or we use the rooms at the Oak Tree, and they give us a good half price rate. So quite a few people were staying for the weekend, but Katrina and myself just went over for the day, started running at 10, and then we run out to Inversnaid and back, which is 30 miles. Some people do less than that, but the full distance is to go to Inversnaid and back. And because Katrina and myself are building up to the Hardmoors 55 in 2 months' time, then we wanted to do the full 30 miles, and then we're going to do a 40-mile run 3 weeks' time, and then that will give us a good build-up, help Katrina as well, building up for the Hardmoors 55. But it was a great day, a bit wet to start with, but the rain eased off. I didn't wear a jacket all day, and we really enjoyed the run. So that went really well. So I thought I'd just give you a little snippet of it. The first bit is the Strava flyby. I love these. When lots of people have done the same route, it puts it all together so you can see where we are. You can see me, I'm the white circle, and I think you can just about recognise me on the picture. But we go all the way to Inversnaid, and then I think we're the last ones to finish on the actual little flyby. But there were people behind us, but they were obviously not on Strava. And then I put some photos as well, so hopefully you'll get a sense of the route and the day that we had. So that's the next few minutes, is just some pictures of the route the run that we did yesterday. just reflecting on the run, we had a great time. Katrina's done 4 or 5 ultras. We ran the first one together in the Fling, and we've done we did the tour of Skiddaw together. But I was really keen to sort of see if I can help Katrina to run a little bit steadier. I think she has a tendency to go off too fast and then struggle at the end. So I was really keen on these next 2 long runs before the race to try and practice that. So we ran together, and I tried to hold her back really, and it worked really well because we finished really strongly. And the other thing that helped, I think, as well, is that nutrition-wise, I'm keen to help Katrina to try and think about getting fuel in. So she started using Tailwind, which is not like the electrolyte drink before, but because this is a neutral flavour, she really enjoyed that. So that helped. She's also got these chocolate-covered coffee beans, which are like rocket fuel, so she loved those. But I do think this sort of pacing was good, that we took it steady on the way out, and then we came back faster than we went out. And I tell you, the last 7 miles from Rowadennan finishing, I was hanging on to Katrina. She was running so well. We caught up a couple of guys who'd been a good 10-15 minutes ahead of us at Inversnaid, so that was really encouraging, and hopefully that will give her an encouragement to keep this going. So we've got, say, a 40-mile run in 3 weeks, and then 4 weeks later will be the Hardmoors 55. For myself, there's a few things that I was working on. First of all, my kit. Because I need to carry a little bit more for the Northern Traverse, I've been practicing with my Innovate bag and a bum bag, and that seemed to work really well. It means that I've got 5 accessible pockets around my waist as well that just sit quite comfortably, so I don't have to go in the back, which is quite good. And the 2 water bottles, I had a water bottle and a protein drink, and they go in the bum bag pockets, and that works fine. So I'll say I will talk about kit more later on one of these vlogs, but just practicing that, and that works really well. And then the other thing was just continue to think about food and practice food. And so yesterday I made sure I was eating regularly. So I had a hot cross bun, cold obviously, but a hot cross bun with jam. I had a wrap, ham and beetroot, and ate that fine. I had the protein drink. I had a yogurt, one of my Greek style yogurts that I really like, and I drank 2 600 mils of Tailwind plus a little bit of water at the end. And then I had some yogurt covered raisins and peanuts, and ate all those. So I felt as though I kept my energy levels up right throughout the race, right throughout the run, and felt good. I was tired, obviously. We ran for just over 7 hours 13 minutes, so we were on our feet for a good while, but it just felt so good to be out there. My ankle coped with it really well. It was no worse at the end than it was at the beginning, which is just a slight soreness rather than pain, just aware that it's there. I get my new insoles tomorrow, and I'm hoping that's just going to make the final piece of the jigsaw, and then I'll be able to build up. My plan for this week is to have an easy week, so I'm just going to run 3 times, probably Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, just to make, because I've done the Markathon, I've done a good solid 4 weeks of training, so I do like to have an easier week. So I'm going to have an easier week, and then we've got sort of 3 big weeks then building up, where we'll do a 20-mile run on the Saturday with the Glee Club, our 40-mile run, and then I've got my first Northern Traverse recce weekend, which will be 60 miles. So I'm going to have an easy week this week, and then I've got 3 then bigger weeks to build up. So I quite like that pattern of having 3 or 4 harder weeks, and then an easy week to recover, and then build up again. And the other thing I was going to mention is that I bought this book when I entered the race, which is Wainwright's Coast to Coast Walk, which is obviously what the race is based on. So I'm going to start reading that this week. So I'll give a little book review of that next vlog to tell you what I found and some of the things I've learned from that. But I'm looking forward to reading this book, which is Wainwright's original Coast to Coast Walk. So another good week, and in the countdown to the Northern Traverse in May.